approximately February 2020, Miss Taylor asked Miss Faraji to meet her for lunch in Beverly Hills. When Miss Faraji arrived, she found Miss Taylor with a man, Emmanuel Acho. Miss Faraji did not know Mr. Acho, but could tell that the two were romantically involved. A few months after meeting Mr. Acho at the lunch, Miss Faraji noticed him in the hallway while at work. Miss Faraji later asked Miss Taylor if Mr. Acho also worked at Fox. Miss Taylor confirmed and explained that she wanted Mr. Acho to eventually recommend her on the show Speak for Yourself. Miss Faraji became alarmed and warned Miss Taylor that she should probably not sleep with Mr. Dixon and Mr. Acho at the same time, as Mr. Dixon is a very powerful man that may become very angry. Miss Taylor told her not to worry about it. And this part's important. She explained that she was also now powerful, and once Mr. Dixon was no longer useful to her, she would follow through on her plan to tell the company that he forced himself on her. She would not allow herself to be forced out by Mr. Dixon like other women talent.
Before we begin the video, I want to thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the content and want to help the channel grow. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Links to all of our social media are available in the description box below. So Joy Taylor finds herself in the middle of a bit of controversy. She's the co-host on Fox Sports 1, this show Speak. She does alongside LaShawn McCoy and Paul Pierce, sometimes Keyshawn Johnson. A lot of different athletes come on the show and get a take on what's going on in the sports world. And she's the moderator on the show, and she doesn't do a bad job. I mean, she's pretty good. She shows a little awareness of sports, at least. She used to do a sports radio show in Miami. Her brother is Jason Taylor. He a Hall of Fame NFL player. And I mean, you know, Joy Taylor, I say on a scale of 1 to 10, I give her like a 7. You know, she ain't lighting the world on fire, but she does better than most of the females they bring on the show that's just obvious eye candy. If you listen to Joy Taylor give her take on sports and what's going on, she usually has an informed opinion. She ain't really said nothing that just made me say, man, I can't take it no more. I don't even want to listen to her take, like as opposed to Molly over there on ESPN. I won't even watch the show because of her. So Joy is much better than her, so I give her credit in that regard. But according to this lawsuit they got going on over there with her hairstylist, she a real piece of work, and she need to be exposed. She need to be in hot water because what she's doing is just plain old evil, if you ask me. Now, according to her hairstylist, this lady name is Nushin Faraji, and I know I'm mispronouncing it because she's an Iranian lady. And she accusing that little vampire-looking Skip Bayless of offering her $1.5 million for sex. She says a lot of harassment and bullying going on over there at Fox Sports. And in order for her to, to prove her point, and when you read through, she's trying to make her case, Joy Taylor name keeps coming up. And Charlie Dixon name keep coming up in the lawsuit. So you're trying to figure out, what's this connection? And the first thing you find out is both of them ain't nothing but a piece of shit, because both of them married and they on the job sleeping with each other. Now, I know America ain't the world's leader in morality. It's really a degenerate place, especially when it comes to sexuality. But, man, most people ain't going to go for that. Adultery is still frowned upon. I don't care what circle you in. For a woman, that's one of the worst things you could be called is a home wrecker. And it's the same thing for a man. You don't get no cool points for knocking off no man's wife, man. That ain't nothing to go around bragging about. And that's what the lady alleging in this lawsuit, that Joy Taylor sleeping with this man, and he the head honcho, Charlie Dixon. He one of the big shots at Fox Sports. He put people in position. So either you gonna do what he say, or he got the power to get you up out of there. But that's not even the most egregious aspect of the lawsuit, in my opinion. Because if Charlie Dixon, he that lame, he that whack, that he got to leverage his power against a woman, that's the only way he can get access to sex. Of Joy Taylor's self-esteem that low, that she got to sleep her way to the top, even when she married. I mean, that's their business. They both ain't worth 2 nickels, if you ask me. But that's their life. That's what they want to do with it. It's not really having an effect on other people up at other than they significant other. And if that's who you choose to be with, I mean, you signed up, you got to take your L with that. But the lady also alleges that the Charlie Dixon man making a pass at her. She say they at a party and he walk up to her, grabbing on her ass and all kind of shit. And then when she goes back and try to kind of, tell Joy Taylor about it, I would think if I was a woman and that happened to me, I probably be a little distraught. I definitely would be pissed off. And she probably went to her girlfriend looking to comfort her or looking for some advice or, how to deal with this. Because I know you sleeping with the man. Your little side piece, he over here hitting on me. And Joy Taylor tells the woman, ain't no big deal. Just get over it. Goddamn. What about the sisterhood? This lady, I agree with her. If a man walk up on a woman and just grab her on her ass, that is sexual harassment. Shit, that's assault too. If somebody done it to my damn daughter, it really deserved a death penalty in my household. You put your hands on anything don't belong to you, African style. You chop the whole damn hand off. That's really what I believe in. And for Joy Taylor to understand this and for her not to report it, that's worse than her just being a hoe. She want to be a hoe, that's her business. But you see this man as a predator and you ain't looking out for the next woman and you allowing him to continue being a predator. That's even worse than you being a hoe. And it ain't just happened with the Miss Faraji lady. She said it happened with another employee too, another host on one of the FS1 shows. So he another Weinstein. He pretty much only way you getting on Fox Sports is if you let Charlie Dixon tap that. That's pretty much what it seemed like to me. I'm going to play this clip.
2017, when Faraji went to Taylor's birthday party at a rooftop bar. She says at that party, Dixon was there. He was drinking heavily. She claims he approached her, started touching her lower back, and asked if she wanted to do shots. Faraji says she told him no, but then he allegedly groped her behind. Faraji's complaint says Ms. Faraji did not know who to turn to, but as she knew Ms. Taylor was sleeping with Mr. Dixon, she turned to her. Surprisingly, Ms. Taylor responded to get over it and explained that she herself only had her job because of Mr. Dixon and that Ms. Faraji only had her job because Ms. Taylor requested her. She warned that Mr. Dixon could take both away. Now, this was not the only time that Taylor reportedly wanted Faraji to, quote, get over incidents involving her coworkers. You see, Faraji lays out this other incident where a female talent member, just called Anonymous in the complaint, had lunch with Faraji. The complaint reads there, Anonymous told Ms. Faraji that she would no longer be with Fox as Mr. Dixon told her that she would need to have sex with him if she wanted to renew her contract, but she had refused. Anonymous further conveyed that 1, Mr. Dixon was doing this to other women talent, 2, she should warn Miss Taylor to be careful, and 3, a talk show host had recently reported Mr. Dixon. So following the lunch, Miss Faraji called Miss Taylor to convey what Anonymous had stated. Miss Taylor responded that no one gives an F about Anonymous or the talk show host who had reported Mr. Dixon.
So like I said, you can see right there, Joy Taylor, her and this Charlie Dixon, man, they real low lives. I mean, how low can you get? You already a whore sleeping around, which is your business, like I say. But then you let your hairstylist get assaulted and you want to sweep that under the rug. You let your co-worker, another co-host, she making complaints, you sweeping that under the rug. So not only is you a hoe, but you an accomplice. So we creeping into deep waters now. It's getting worse and worse as I'm reading more and learning more about this story. And then we get to the most egregious part. See, this when you go from not only just being an accomplice, not only just being a hoe, but you a full-on criminal. You out here doing premeditated crimes. After this woman that went on the job and screwed everybody, I mean, she done slept with the Charlie Dixon. She done slept with Shannon Sharp. She done slept with Emmanuel Acho, whatever his name is. She's sleeping with everybody on the job. She trying to sleep her way all the way to the top. And then she gonna come out her mouth and say her plan is that when anything go wrong, if anybody say something crazy, she just gonna say, oh, Charlie sexually assaulted her. Ain't that some shit? Now tell me that ain't the devil. To sit there and lie on that man like that. To say he sexually assaulted her when she know she was down for it. When she know she was actively sleeping her way to the top. Now, the real ironic part of the situation is the other women was actually sexually assaulted, and she say she don't give a damn about them. She say ain't nobody worrying about no damn hairstylist. Ain't nobody worrying about whoever this little co-host is. And they had actual cases. That's a real devil right there, man. To sweep under the rug a real crime and exaggerate, embellish, really just flat out lie about a crime that's being done to them. But I'm going to play this little clip so you can get a little more insight into the situation.
That Miss Faraji, this hairstylist, she doesn't just allege this, she also alleges that Dixon may not have been the only Fox Sports 1 employee that Taylor was having sex with. In approximately February 2020, Miss Taylor asked Miss Faraji to meet her for lunch in Beverly Hills. When Miss Faraji arrived, she found Miss Taylor with a man, Emmanuel Acho. Miss Faraji did not know Mr. Acho, but could tell that the two were romantically involved. A few months after meeting Mr. Acho at the lunch, Miss Faraji noticed him in the hallway while at work. Miss Faraji later asked Miss Taylor if Mr. Acho also worked at Fox. Miss Taylor confirmed and explained that she wanted Mr. Acho to eventually recommend her on the show Speak for Yourself. Miss Faraji became alarmed and warned Miss Taylor that she should probably not sleep with Mr. Dixon and Mr. Acho at the same time, as Mr. Dixon is a very powerful man that may become very angry. Miss Taylor told her not to worry about it. And this part's important. She explained that she was also now powerful, and once Mr. Dixon was no longer useful to her, she would follow through on her plan to tell the company that he forced himself on her. She would not allow herself to be forced out by Mr. Dixon like other women talent.
Man, that's a damn shame, man. It don't get no worse than that. It don't get no lower than that, man. That ain't nothing but pure evil for that woman to sit up there and do that. And the man too. Charlie Dixon ain't no less of a devil for his role in it. And I tell you what, if this woman win this lawsuit, if she can prove these things to be true, the system need to lock both of their asses up. They both need to do at least 5 years in jail, because them some serious allegations. Because number one, if it's true, and this creep, this Harvey Weinstein ass Charlie Dixon, this man out here forcing women to have sex with him, he a complete predator. He need to do at least 5. He probably need to do more than 5 years. I'm getting the crimes mixed up, really. He need to do about 20. He need to have the same charge as Weinstein or Bill Cosby or whoever else out here being accused and sitting in jail for being a damn sexual predator. Because that's exactly what he is. How many women have he gave that same ultimatum to? Either sleep with my old, ugly, wrinkly ass, or I'm going to deny you a way to earn a living. You can't make no money around here. You can't get the job unless you willing to defile yourself for me. Man, lock his, throw him up under the jail. He the worst of the worst. And Joy Taylor, she ought to get at least 5 to 10. Or better yet, I got one better for you. You get an average of however much time has been given to people who commit sexual assault crimes. You get an average of their time, and whatever that average is, you give Joy Taylor that. Because if you can lie about a crime that can get a man 5 years in jail, then your ass should do the 5 years in jail, man. It's too much of that. It's too much women being able to use their sexuality to put a false charge on a man. And I'm not saying they always lying, because it's a lot of creeps out here. But the system got to find a better way of handling these type of situations when a woman can openly say she gonna lie like that because she knows she can get away with it. And if Fox Sports really was concerned about the safety and well-being of their employees, they would dismiss Charlie Dixon and Joy Taylor, because they both nothing but some predators willing to sacrifice anybody and anything that stand in the way of them getting what they want.